Welcome to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. I'm your host, Mari Riesberg. Over the past several years, I've combined my degrees in acting and somatic psychology to share my sustaining creativity techniques with performers. And now I've decided to share it with a bigger audience that includes you. I believe we are all creative, and this podcast is all about that. Over the past few years of hosting this podcast, I have come to realize how challenging it can be to expand someone's understanding of creativity who doesn't believe they are creative or who struggles to see how creativity might support them in their everyday life. Once a month, I will be choosing a topic I find fascinating, interesting, or exciting and combining it with creativity to share with you just how much creativity permeates all aspects of our lives. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about why creativity is important. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's solo episode of Sustaining Creativity Podcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to be talking about why creativity is important. Now you might have asked yourself this question: why is creativity important? And quickly moved on, or maybe you mulled it over and came to your own conclusions. I believe it's important to understand why creativity is important, not only in business, but also in our everyday lives. So that is what we are going to explore today. Now, I talk a lot about creativity here, and I post a lot about creativity over on my Instagram page, Sustaining Creativity. However, I've not really talked about the why. Why is creativity important? I want to start by telling you a story. This is a story of my own creativity journey. As you may know, I've been a performer most of my life, whether I was putting on shows in the attic of my childhood home or performing on stage in front of hundreds of people. Performing and being on stage has always been a place I feel comfortable and have thrived. Now fast forward, I've graduated from college with a degree in acting, I've moved to New York City, and I'm trying to quote-unquote make it as a performer. Well, that didn't go as I had planned, and while I auditioned for several projects over the 3 years I lived there, I wasn't cast in anything. I was rejected at every single audition I went to. At the time, I didn't have a vast toolkit of skills to help me navigate this rejection, so I personalized it and retreated into myself, assuming I just didn't have what it takes. At some point, I was invited to sing with my cousin's Irish band in New York, and that was tons of fun and really helped boost my confidence again. However, during that time, I only saw creativity as being attached to the performing arts. I had a very narrow view of what creativity was and who was creative. Fast forward again, I'm living in Colorado, finishing up grad school, and I started a new career as a dance movement therapist. At this time, I'm starting to combine my ideas from acting and somatic psychology to support performers in sustaining creativity, but I'm still only focused on the performing arts. It wasn't until right before the pandemic that my idea or my understanding of what creativity was, who was creative, and why creativity was important started to change. While many people during the pandemic were paused in their lives, mine didn't stop. It just got busier. It was during that time that I started to recognize how important my creativity was in my life and not just my performing life. As a therapist, we are constantly reminded about burnout and how important self-care is. I'd never thought about translating that to creativity. During the pandemic, we were all asked to pivot, to get creative with how we were going to live, feed ourselves, care for our families, stay safe. All of this in a very uncertain world. This time of uncertainty gave me pause. Now, historically, I've not been the best at navigating uncertainty. I like to know what's going on and why something is happening. I knew I needed to change something to help myself navigate the uncertainty of the state of the world. Now, as a therapist, I have several skills I utilize daily to manage worry, regrets, emotions, etc. You may think, what does this have to do with creativity? Well, this time of uncertainty pushed me into a new understanding of creativity and how creativity can show up in any area of our life. And also how important it is that creativity does show up in all areas of our life. It took a bit to shift my understanding of what creativity could be and how it has literally changed my life. So what have I learned about creativity? I've learned that I can find creativity in anything I do, from cooking, to walking, to getting dressed, to vegging out. Creativity is a way of looking at life and a way to live life. I've noticed my relationship with uncertainty has shifted. I'm better able to tolerate uncertainty. I've noticed I feel more joy in my life, even when I have challenging days. Creativity has given me incredible opportunities, and I've developed a renewed relationship with myself and those around me. To me, creativity is hands down the best investment I've made in myself and in my life. So let's dive a little bit deeper into why creativity is important. So why is there a need to be creative? The need for creativity is not only important for yourself, but important for the world as a whole. Creativity can help boost your life in terms of relationships you foster, the businesses you are a part of, and the way you look at the world. If you can use your creative energy to create an innovative product or introduce an innovative new system into a business, you can positively affect those around you. Now, there are many benefits to being creative. I've talked about quite a few of them on other episodes, but here is a quick list just to remind you. Creativity can reduce stress, help build long-lasting relationships, boost confidence, reduce anxiety, motivate people, help with problem solving, bring people together, help you express yourself, and so many others. So let's break a few of these down a bit further and look at why you might use creativity in the different areas of your life. Let's start with that career and business area. So applying creative thinking to our work can actually help make it more meaningful and engaging. Creative thinkers feel like they're active participants in their job instead of just cogs in the machine. Now, creativity is also known to build better teamwork. The creative process encourages people to collaborate, so they're more likely to work together. Now, while one person may be able to come up with a new idea, it will take an entire team to make that idea a reality. We also know that creativity helps reduce stress in life, but also in the workplace. Studies have shown that engaging in creativity induces positive health effects in people. Benefits include a reduction in cortisol levels. Now, cortisol is the human body's main stress hormone. It works with your brain to control fear, motivation, and mood. Now, something that's so fascinating is that a person's level of artistic experience doesn't seem to impact the benefits of creativity. People see the same decrease in cortisol levels when doing creative activities regardless of their artistic experience. So you see, everyone can be creative. When we incorporate creativity into the workplace, we are more likely to attract and retain employees. It's no surprise that employees will feel better and more invested in their jobs when they're given the ability to be creative. This makes employees more loyal to a company, supports their positive experiences, and also gets reflected externally to job candidates. Now, creativity is also a huge motivator. So allowing for creativity in the workplace gives employees more ownership of their job duties and responsibilities. It also increases their sense of agency, which in turn makes them more motivated. There are often multiple ways to accomplish any given task. When given the freedom to get creative, oftentimes employees will invest more time and energy into the project they're working on as they feel a sense of ownership for it. So now let's expand our view and take a look at why creativity is important in other areas of our life. Now, creativity helps us see the big picture. So being able to see the big picture is important in many areas of our life, whether it's your personal life or a work project. It's easy to get bogged down and lost in the details, but being creative and letting your mind meander allows you to take in more options and see things from different perspectives. As we mentioned, creativity helps motivate you, not only in work, but also in your personal life. Have you ever felt discouraged and frustrated about something? Well, doing something creative can lift your spirits and help you shake off a bad mood. It takes your mind off what's bothering you, but you're still engaging your mind. It's just focused on something more fun. Doing something creative that involves actually creating something like baking, drawing, doing a puzzle. It's like revving the engine of your mind. You're shaking off the cobwebs and getting your brain moving, and it will be easier to get going on the task you were having trouble with. As we know, creativity helps with problem solving. When you're trying to find the solution to a problem, thinking creatively opens up the possibilities. You look at the situation from different angles. Oftentimes, people can get stuck on solutions that they've always used in the past. While it might still get the job done, perhaps there are ways it could be done better if it were more creative. So that's how we get unique ideas and how innovators set themselves apart. A big part of creativity is being able to solve problems. Now, creativity can really make you more productive. Creativity can help people open and activate their minds. People who have open, active minds are usually buzzing with ideas and soaking up inspiration from the world around them. This often makes them more productive because they're bringing more to the table than someone who doesn't open their mind to what's around them. As creative people, we are always looking for new ways to solve problems. This sparks innovation and increases efficiency, and it's a valued skill in any field. Now, creativity, I've definitely experienced this one, can boost your confidence. Being creative helps you see that big picture, stay motivated, solve problems. What could be more confidence boosting than that? When you think creatively and overcome all kinds of challenges, you're proving to yourself that you're a capable person, that you are resilient. Very few good things in life come without some effort. So on the way, creativity makes that process more fun as well as more rewarding. Now, creativity can also help clarify your thoughts and feelings. Our mind can be a chaotic place. It can feel like you're chasing one thought or feeling after another, and sometimes traditional ways of outlining your thoughts and feelings are often too linear and don't encompass what's actually going on. More creative ways like journaling, mind mapping, even drawing or dancing let you release the contents of your mind without restrictions. When you don't judge yourself and let your thoughts and feelings run free, you'll get more clarity on them. The process of putting them out in a creative way makes them more real and solid. Now, I love this next one. Creativity lets you express yourself. Freedom of expression is considered so important to a person's well-being, and creativity is the key to the door of expression. No matter what form of creativity you choose, it could be painting, sculpting, music, cooking, dancing, or anything else that brings you joy and allows you to express yourself. And the last one is that creativity can help you live longer. In a study published by Scientific American magazine, researchers showed that creativity exercises a handful of neural networks in the brain. By keeping your mind active, you're essentially working out the brain muscle. Like all exercise, this keeps you healthier so you live longer. Creativity and creative ideas can be unconventional and unorthodox. and they can make some people uncomfortable. But sometimes a fresh way of looking at things is exactly what you need. I hope you learned a little bit more about why creativity is important in our lives and in the world. Thanks so much for joining me for this solo episode. I love getting the opportunity to share with you how creativity connects to other areas of our lives and how creativity can support transformation and growth. Creativity is a mindset, and anything we do can be creative. Thanks for listening to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. We'd love to keep in touch, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We are at Sustaining Creativity. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Tag your friends and family so they can listen too. We love to hear from you, so leave your reviews, comments, and questions. Check out our website, sustainingcreativity.com, for upcoming offerings and creativity coaching. Tune in Tuesdays for our next episode. And remember, with creativity, anything's possible.